Welcome back to the Hawks Sports Network. We're live for more OCAA basketball. We just saw the Humber and St. Clair women's teams take the court. Humber getting the best of the Saints on the women's side of things, but now it's the men taking the floor, and this will cap off a great evening of basketball thus far here at the Hawks Nest. It's great to have you with us. My name is Matt Hamill, alongside my broadcast partner, Andrew Milani. Andrew, another great matchup for us here. We have St. Clair Saints team who was ranked number 1 in the province. They have now dropped to 2 in Ontario after losing to the undefeated Mohawk Mountaineers. And Humber also losing a game to Mohawk earlier in the season. The Hawks coming off their national championship this season, 2-3, so below 500. An opportunity to get to that 500 mark here, but this should be kind of a heavyweight tilt here between these two clubs.
Yeah, a rematch of not only the provincial championship from last spring, but the national championship. Both of them were right here in the Hawks Nest. And Humber Hawks, of course, a little bit of a different look to them this season, losing 4 of their starters. But for St. Clair, a lot of the same guys we saw last year at the Hawks Nest, minus Davis Gomez Jr., the All-Canadian. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of get things going to the next generation of players. But they're led by Shaq Price here. This third year, he's been leading the way. 26.8 points per game, averaging 4 rebounds and just over 5 assists. So he's going to be one to watch out for the Hawks. One to get back on track here as they wear those beautiful gold jerseys here this evening. They got to get through some of this little stumbling blocks that they've had early on in the season.
And we'll step aside for some of the player introductions here, courtesy of Dwayne Bowles on the microphone here.
First, for the visiting St. Clair Saints, a 6'3" guard of Green, Ontario, number 4, a 6'4" forward of Scarborough, Ontario, number 5, Chad Vincent Simon, a 6'5" forward of East Lansing, Michigan, number 7, Julian Arnold. A 6'2" guard of Windsor, Ontario, number 8, Terrence Williams. And a 6'2" guard of Pickering, Ontario, number 11, Shaq Price. The head coaches for the St. Clair Saints are Brandon Sadie and Matthew Sykes.
Let's give it up.
Well, the St. Clair Saints, fresh off a double OT loss to the #1 team in the province. And of course, the Saints, you can expect to try to get back in the win column here. And for Humber, not the start to the season that they had drawn up, but we certainly expect them to really roar back and kind of recapture that sort of Humber dominance we've come accustomed to. The Hawks ranked number 10th in the province with that 2-3 record. Andrew, tip-off moments away. This should be a good one.
Absolutely looking forward to this one. Dwayne Lambert-Cador, the only remaining starter from last year's championship squad, was tournament all-star last year at the Nationals. Let's see if he can bring some of that mojo here this evening here at the Hawks Nest.
Here's Brown Fazikis with the ball for Humber and loses control as that will trickle out of bounds. Now the co-head coaches for the St. Clair Saints, Brendan Seagun and Matthew Sykes. Head coach for Humber Hawks, Omar Miles, second year. There is a deep shot and the first shot of the game for St. Clair. That 3-ball is good.
Not the start you want for the Humber Hawks. A giveaway early and then the 3-pointer right away the other way.
Under the net now for Humber, and that will trickle off the rim. So the Hawks 0 for 1 on their first shot. And stolen right back. Chance for Humber to get on the board here. Deep 3-ball taken by Osas Joshua. Drains it. Both teams trading 3-pointers early on here at the Hawks Nest.
Osas Joshua making a big impact here early on in the season, really stepping up. First-year player last year, kind of at the end of the bench. Now he's a starter.
Another fast point for Hawks, J.R. Harwood. So fast and furious here in the early going. Hawks up 5-3. Turnaround shot, and boy, just about everything going in for both of these teams. That's Jalen Harmon for St. Clair.
Couple players tangled up there. Vincent Simon bringing it down court the other way.
Another 3-ball, that time, once again, Harmon, one of the few guys from Michigan on this St. Clair team. Harmon in his 5th year of OCAA basketball.
Yeah, just across the river there in Michigan, or from Windsor in Michigan, I should say. But we really saw Nationals during that tournament. He could really get hot from behind the arc.
An exceptional amount of scoring in this young game. Let's see if the teams can keep this up. Of course, St. Clair in their loss to Mohawk put 125 points on the board in that loss to the Mountaineers. Of course, that was a double overtime affair. But the scoring is in full effect, and it continues as St. Clair now takes the lead. Andrew, this is going to be an exhausting one to call if they keep this up.
I know, you barely have a moment to take a breath here, and the way this is going, it's going to be the first team that blinks loses.
And a charge to the net there from Harwood. The ball stolen away. And our first foul of the game and our first couple of free throws coming up.
That all started from that play defensively from Chad Vincent Simon below the hoop. Got that fast break going, and then got his teammate Terrence Williams to run up court. Now he'll shoot 2.
Andrew, let's unpack some of those players to watch in this matchup. Shaq Price really stands out for the St. Clair Saints, averaging just shy of 27 points per game.
Yeah, that's not really a complete game. He's got 4 rebounds per game, about 5.2 assists per game as well, and averaging 3 steals a game as well. So he's going to be all over the court here tonight, one to watch out for.
Oddly enough, Price, one of the few players for St. Clair that hasn't actually scored yet here tonight. Wrestled away. Fabulous work by Raheem Dennis. Into the hoop, and not enough on that shot. Rebounded by Harmon.
Again, good defense there by the St. Clair Saints. Jalen Harmon kind of staying strong in that paint, not letting anything go in easy.
Great uniform matchup here, the yellow and the green. Teeing off at the Hawks Nest, and that alley-oop opportunity goes a little too high as the Hawks are benefiting from that turnover.
I think he wanted that one just a little too badly. Just didn't work out for them.
And for Humber, obviously a slower start to the season. 2-3 is their record, as we've mentioned. But Andrew, it's a young team with a lot of new faces, and maybe there's an element of just patience while they kind of get their rhythm figured out, as a missed shot from St. Clair's rebounded by Humber. However, possession will go to the Saints.
Yeah, once again, they lost 4 of those key starters last year coming into this year, and replacing all that talent in a championship squad ain't going to be easy, but Humber's going to have to try and weather through the storm here. They're just a game below 500. I don't see that trend continuing for the whole season.
Humber's most recent game was last Sunday. They lost that one to Conestoga by 2 points, 83-81. Also, the loss to Mohawk in the middle of the season there, and their third game of the season, I should say, that was only a 3-point loss. So Humber was right there with the number 1 team in the province, even with this new look and really trying to adjust to, like you mentioned, missing a lot of those key players from last season.
Yeah, I think it says a lot about Omar Miles and his coaching style. He's kind of the one to unlock the championship window there for the Hawks last season. I think he's just getting started here.
And no good. So a couple of opportunities for the Saints on that offensive drive. They still lead by 3 as the Hawks now are on offense. Pretty tight D by St. Clair. You got to give him that. This looks like Shaq Price might be picking up the foul there.
Yeah, I bet this is one of those games they really had circled on their calendars going back to Humber. They knew this was going to be a big one. And really, it hasn't been a disappointment so far from the St. Clair end. They've been playing the way we expected them to. Some tight defense. All their shots were falling early on. We're just getting started here. This is going to be a great game.
3 ball just off the rim. That looked like it should have been blown dead off the top of the board there, but Humber is going to scoop up the rebound, and J.R. Harwood with the 2.
And if that ball had rolled just a few more inches back, it would have been called dead, but a little bit of a lucky break there for the Hawks to get right back in this one. Jump ball.
Yeah, folks are fired up in the Hawks nest, and I think the women's game earlier really kind of set the tone. The energy was very high. The St. Clair Saints fans travel well. They got quite a cheering section here. A couple of the fans have St. Clair flags attached to hockey sticks, and they're doing the banging the hockey sticks, making noise. It's really kind of awoken the Humber fans here in their home barn, and it's a fun atmosphere for OCAA basketball.
They got those St. Clair hockey jerseys too. Came in full gear.
Pull-up shot real quick on that drive. No good. Dwayne Lambert-Cador coming up empty on that pull-up shot.
This one just flying by so far. We're already halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, really not much in the way of whistles. Just back and forth play. 3 ball deep. It's good. How about that, Raheem Dennis?
You cannot leave Raheem Dennis that wide open. He will make that shot 9 out of 10 times.
Raheem Dennis for the Hawks averages 7 points a game and gets 3 with that pretty looking shot.
And some great ball movement there by the Hawks, creating that one, being worked around the horn there. Dwayne Lambert-Cador, one of the guys there, getting a hand on that one. Key part of that play.
Leading the way in scoring for St. Clair this season, we mentioned Shaq Price is almost averaging 27 per game. Josiah Dare is averaging 17 for St. Clair. Let's look at Humber's point leaders. Dwayne Lambert-Cador with 14.4 points per game. And right behind him is Romeo Osas Joshua with 13. And a couple guys for Humber averaging 11 per game. J.R. Harwood, Adrian Aluyi, and Kyle Brown Physicus.
But it's really that dual point guard play of DLC and Romeo Osas Joshua kind of leading the way here for the Hawks. We've seen it a lot here already this afternoon, and even though we haven't seen too much of this game so far, a lot of that ball movement really paving the way for that Humber attack. And we saw that, if you want to go inside, St. Clair's going to want to make it difficult for you. You really got to get that ball moving, kind of get their players moving, get some switch ups, kind of catch them off a little bit. If they can continue that here, I think they can have a good time on offense, but it's not going to be easy. The St. Clair team is a determined one here this evening.
Tight D here. Corner 3 ball for the Saints. As that shot from Josiah Dare was rebounded by his team, and a second opportunity there. Really just fighting for that rebound. Hawks do come away with it. And an aggressive play to the net, but Humber is called. And down on the floor there is J.R. Harwood, taking a bit of time to get up to his feet. There he goes.
Harwood's going to shoot 2.
Quite a collision there under the net as Harwood came in with a lot of steam and earned himself 2 free throws. So the star player for the Saints, Shaq Price, still yet to record any points here this evening.
Yeah, we haven't said his name too much, just 1 foul to his name so far. Harwood back down. Hope he's okay.
We mentioned Harwood, one of those guys for the Hawks who's a key player right up there in terms of leading the team in scoring. 3rd on the team, points per game. And that's Osas Joshua coming off in replacement of his injured teammate. Missing the 2nd free throw. Darnell Petty leading the charge for the Saints up the other end, and 1 play, and the Saints bench loves that. Shaq Price finally gets his first points of the game and a chance to tack one on here with the free throw.
Another look at that play. Great passing play to get that one started. And Shaq Price making it look easy.
And for Humber, picking up the foul there was Taj Motiki Stevens. Romeo kicks it out. Wide open 3 look there for Nathan Waite. Drains it as the Hawks now up by 3. And a good rebound there. Hawks just kind of asleep at the wheel on defense, and that will garner a timeout from Omar Miles and the head coach for Humber. None too pleased, Andrew, as he's going to try to slow things down with that timeout.
Yeah, a little bit of sloppy defense there by the Hawks. You just got to kind of stick to your man. Kind of play a hybrid of like zone man defense, and we don't stick to your man. It doesn't work that well. And them just letting the offensive rebound in there easily. You don't like that. You had some momentum in those last couple minutes. You want to keep that going, so hopefully you can put a stop here to the St. Clair run.
You know, Andrew, an interesting stat for Humber's record being below 500, 2 wins, 3 losses on the season. In every game this season, Humber has had a chance where they've led by 10 points or more. But finding ways to lose a couple of games here. Granted, some of them have been against tough opponents, and we'll single out that Mohawk game. That was Humber's home opener. Losing a home opener to Mohawk, and just kind of not what you expect from the Humber Hawks program. Again, coming off the national championship, but you've highlighted it's been a new look for the team this year, and we'll see if they kind of gear up and find their usual winning ways with a potential win here tonight.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a concern, a little bit of a red flag, if you will, that they've been blowing leads like that, but just one of those things so early on in the season, you got to hope that they can turn things around here. They definitely have the personnel. We've seen a lot of talent on display here so far by the Hawks. St. Clair taking back the lead there with Miles Hall, but it's going to take a team effort here for the Humber, kind of everyone learning their roles, getting settled in. When you have a lot of guys in new positions, it's going to take time.
Fighting for the ball down there. Humber able to get a second chance here on offense. Beautiful move to the hoop, but denied by the rim. Yet another chance for Humber. The three ball is good, courtesy of Kyle Brown-Fazekas. First-year player with the third chance opportunity and drains the three.
Humber all over the offensive glass there. It took them a few opportunities, but they finally capitalized.
And here's the Saints battling for the ball, and pretty good effort there down low by Hanoi Ijulu.
Yeah, I don't mind that foul too much. Lodge's body's inside, trying to get a hard foul there. Again, trying to get a hard stop there, get the foul called against you, make him earn it from the line.
Free throw number 1 coming up from Ijulu. Makes good there. Now we saw Harwood check out of the game for Humber. He banged his knee, wasn't able to take his free throws. He is warming up on the exercise bike on the sideline. We'll see if Harwood is able to check in later in this game for Humber.
Yeah, definitely a good sign that he's on the stationary bike there, just trying to keep things loose, try to keep things moving. We'll see if he'll come back into this one to make an impact.
Osas Joshua over to Lambert Kador. And the Saints a little scramble defensively. They'll kick the ball out of bounds. 3 seconds on the shot clock for Humber.
Gonna have to get off a quick shot here.
Now there's a quick three ball. That one looked like it almost was destined to drop. And Shaq Bryce, nice little bounce pass feed to his trailing teammate, and finishing at the hoop, Tim Stewart.
Big block.
Yeah, no kidding. Ijulu, outstanding work. And that time getting a little too cute with the passing. And Humber inbounds it here. Under 2 minutes left in the first quarter, which has been a frantic pace.
I'll send DLC to the line.
Second free throw coming up. It is good. All tied up here at 21s. There's Brett Pierce playing defense for Humber. Switched off. Good active hands as Pierce right there to keep it in possession for Humber.
Good team defense there. Time to turn in into some offense.
Yeah, we'll see who can maybe find a lead before we head into the first intermission. And that was down low. Kickball. It'll remain St. Clair's possession. Approaching that 1 minute mark here. Oh, nice charge to the hoop, and that shot won't go. Humber in transition, solo effort that time, and not able to get the ball to fall.
Good defense there. Making that shot from Miles Hall difficult.
Let's see if Humber takes their time on this possession. Dennis over to Brown-Fazekas. A back and forth play here. Lambert Kador to Brown-Fazekas. off the glass, and the second chance. Beautiful, beautiful play. Taj Motiki Stevens.
Beautiful putback there. Was basically right away where he spent any time from away from the hoop.
Let's go. A couple seconds left here. Trickling away. Last second shot for the Saints just gets wedged.
Man.
He should do like 10 push-ups or something. I don't know. There should be some kind of. But I'll tell you what, a fast-paced first quarter. Humber able to come away with a 2-point lead. Andrew, you really get the sense maybe Humber ready to turn things around and reestablish their winning ways as they come into this game with a losing record. But so far, the rematch of the OCAA and CCAA gold medal games from last year hasn't disappointed. This has been exciting thus far.
Yeah, this one's absolutely lived up to billing. And Humber playing on their best foot here this afternoon, this evening. Looking like the gold medal winners they were last spring. And as we got to look at some of the highlights here, some great ball movement, some good defense. But St. Clair not too far away, just a couple points back. It's going to be an interesting one here the rest of the way. I don't see any way how this isn't going to be a close one to the end.
We mentioned earlier, St. Clair ranked number 2 in the province. Humber sitting at that 10th spot right now. So Andrew, earlier this evening on the Hawks Sports Network, we saw the Humber women's team pick up a pretty strong W. Now, they were trailing most of that first half, Humber's women's team, really battling back, but a different look here. Humber actually leading the game here on the men's side after the first quarter.
Yeah, and really it's been kind of a back and forth one here. Each side here has looked very strong. It's going to be a matter of who can hang on here to the end, in my opinion, but we're certainly being treated to a good one here so far. Humber and St. Clair definitely came here to play new look Hawks, but hopefully the same result as what we're used to.
Now, when we talk about the provincial rankings, of course, St. Clair in the number 2 spot, Humber number 10. On the CCAA national rankings, St. Clair cracking that top 10. They're the 10th ranked team in the nation. The only other Ontario team on that list is Mohawk, as the Mountaineers are ranked 5 in Canada. Humber with the rock to start quarter number 2. And a acrobatic play to the net, but a little bit too strong, and it looks like Raheem Dennis might have taken a bit of a bruise falling to the hardwood there.
Yeah, and Raheem Dennis is going to get called for an offensive foul in that one, already his second foul of the game. So he's going to have to be careful here the rest of the way as he gets pulled out of the ball game.
3-ball for St. Clair, no good. Rebounded by Kyle Brown-Fazikis, and how about that transition? Lambert Cador adding a few more points to his evening.
And Fazikis saw DLC go into that court right away, lobbed the ball just in his reach. Easy layup.
St. Clair setting up on the perimeter. Penetration there, but the ball hits the rim. Humber now the other way with a nice play, soaring through the air and off the glass for Nathan Wade. As he's got 5 on the evening, number 11 for Humber. And still uncharacteristically quiet from the Saints star player, Shaq Price. Only 3 points here so far.
Knight is still young, though, so we'll see. He made some impressive plays here. Including a nice assist we saw before as he drives inside. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Humber's lead now at a comfortable 6 points. The Hawks are coming off in their previous game a loss to the Conestoga Condors. In that game, Romeo Osas Joshua led the way for Humber with 23 points. Perimeter shot here. The deep ball doesn't fall, rebounded by the Saints. Nice charge to the hoop, and second chance opportunity won't go. However, Humber charged with the foul. Looks like we'll have 2 free throws coming up. Taj Motiki Stevens.
And he's got to be careful now, as he's got 2 already.
Yeah, first-year guy who dons the number 20 for Humber. First free throw from Jalen Harmon. No good. Harmon's second free throw. Finds a way to get that one to drop. Harmon's got 7 points so far here in this early game. How about Humber's number 7? J.R. Harwood, good to see him back on the court after taking a hard fall on the court earlier in the game. Humber still leads by 5 after not finding any points on that possession.
Yeah, as I mentioned before with Harwood, it was a scary moment there. Looked like he'd kind of hurt that knee a little bit, but he looks okay now.
The three-ball is good, and I'll tell you what, Romeo Osas Joshua maybe looking to pick up where he left off. He had 23 points his last game out, and it was good defense on that shot, but Joshua able to find a way to get it done. Under the net there, and yet another foul. Andrew, that's something we've seen quite a bit of. Saints are drawing lots of fouls in tight under the hoop, and Humber could find themselves in trouble, you would imagine, if this continues.
Well, they've already put St. Clair in the bonus, and with 8 minutes left to go in the quarter, that could be spell big problems here, so they got to watch out that inside defense. St. Clair obviously finds something. If they just pound the ball inside, they'll be able to get shots, and shots don't usually get much easier than free throws, do they?
There's Chad Vincent Simon's first free throw. Cutting it to a 6-point lead for Humber.
Vincent Simon, another standout of the national championship last spring.
Humber back on offense. The shots have been falling lately. That one does not cooperate for Kyle Brown-Fazekas.
Almost a giveaway there.
Deep shot, airmail, but right there for the rebound and the easy touch off the glass, Josiah Dare. Another example of Humber getting a little bit too asleep in their own defensive zone.
Yeah, I think they took what I said about them being aggressive inside a little too to heart there, where they were a little more laxed on that attempt. It's all about finding that happy medium.
When Humber played St. Clair in last year's provincial championship, the Hawks won by 17 points, and the national championship game a bit closer. Humber winning that one 101-94. But again, we can talk about that revenge game type of thing, and you know St. Clair's got a lot of returning players who remember that very tough loss, and this is kind of what you keep in the back of your mind all offseason. Those tough losses to motivate you, and maybe a chance to exact a bit of sweet, sweet revenge as Humber's still on offense here trying to grow their lead. Deep ball, another 3-ball for the Hawks. That one courtesy of Romeo.
The women's team, their shot wasn't falling early on last game. Humber's men's team, complete opposite. Seems like everything's been falling for them early on here.
And you know, early in this game, the teams were trading threes. They were going like hotcakes. But I think as we've seen the game go on, it's really been Humber that's been pretty efficient with those deep balls, and that's part of the reason the Hawks now have that nice 7-point lead, little cushion.
Motiki Stevens has got 3 fouls on the game so far, so he's officially in foul trouble here with, we're not even halfway through the second quarter. Yeah, I wonder how Omar Miles is going to use it for the rest of the game. I imagine not much until the second half, if any.
Stripped away. Romeo loses the handle. 2 easy points the other way. Terrence Williams is the one that scooped it up, and right away another turnover for Humber, just handing the momentum back. We'll see if St. Clair can convert.
I think that's just a situation where, you know, you made a bad mistake. Instead of kind of just hanging back a little bit, just kind of taking a calm, deep breath, they kind of just went right back and then make another bad pass, and kind of a comedy of errors in a way.
Yeah, but you could imagine not a laughing matter for the Humber coaching staff, who have seen St. Clair really roar back here the past few minutes.
And they're still going.
Chance to make it a 2-point game. Jalen Harmon will do just that, making both of his free throws.
And to think that just a short while ago was a 3-possession game, now we're down to just 2 points. Basketball's a game of runs, and St. Clair riding this wave. Another big block there, number 13.
Saints
Ijulu
charged with the travel. That's a big break for Humber. Get the set back up on offense. Inbounding the ball will be Nathan Waite. Waite is a 6'3" shooting guard by way of Brampton, Ontario. Pull-up shot, nice work by DLC. Humber back up by 4. See what St. Clair cooks up now. A lot of outside ball movement. That 3-ball is good, and that's probably a scary notion for Humber if St. Clair can get those deep balls heating back up.
Bad giveaway there.
Just an awkward play. The Saints with some active hands. Harwood the last one to touch it as it trickles out of bounds. Chad Vincent Simon led the ball up the court. He's got the ball right back, and that 3 is a little short. And Humber ball coming up here. 1-point game as we're halfway through quarter number 2. First half flying by, Andrew, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Hard to disagree with that one. Seems like we just sat down a couple minutes ago to start this one.
Like watching a Formula One race. It's just flying by back and forth. Can't even have time to really see what's going on. That ball is coughed up. Lots of space, and looked like we almost saw Williams lose the handle on that, but he still finds a way to convert on the fast opportunity. St. Clair back in the lead. Harwood kicks it out. 3-ball from Romeo. Off the mark.
Good attempt there by Devonta Campbell to jump in there, try and intercept that one. We'll knock it out, but if nothing else, it gives your defense a chance to reset.
Here we go. Nice no-look pass. That was pretty sweet from Darnell Petty. And it all worked out. A nice pass, and Ijulu's the one that finished it off. Humber now down by 3.
Still one possession ball game.
As the second quarter, as it's gone on, has really started to favor St. Clair. 3 ball, Waite off. Under 4 minutes to go here. And soaring through the air, picking up the foul.
That was Darnell Petty.
Petty's got 1 point tonight. He's got a chance to tack on 2 more.
Petty was another key contributor for the Saints last season. He was used primarily as like a defensive specialist. Did get a lot of time in that starting lineup though last year. It's kind of pushed to more of a bench role this year, but still key cog.
Water break, Andrew. In the timeout here, we mentioned Humber has really battled hard here tonight. And when we look at sort of the OCAA record books, when we think about how many medals Humber have won, they lead the OCAA in total medals won and in gold medals captured. Humber has 15 gold medals in program history, which is best in the province's history. Sheridan is right behind there. Sheridan has 13 gold medal wins. But Humber in total, adding up gold, silvers, and bronze, 35 medals in program history. The next best team, Sheridan, the rival, has 24.
Then when you count Humber's 7 best national basketball championships, that makes them pretty much the best program in the country.
Again, no bias here.
I'm just going by the stats.
Hey, Humber might sign our paychecks, but this is just personal opinion. Now, St. Clair, let's talk about there. They're 9th in the province in terms of program medal history. St. Clair has 1 gold, 5 silver, and 3 bronze for 9 total. And not happy with himself there is Darnell Petty.
Waits on Humber to 3 fouls.
Misses both, but capturing the rebound, almost getting the second chance opportunity there. Hawks take it back. DLC hands it off. Romeo with the rock. Back to DLC, who sort of trips over his defender there and finding the open man, streaking to the hoop, Devontae Campbell. Beautiful, beautiful work by the Hawks, now down by 1.
Devontae Campbell made sure he secured that ball into the hoop. Not quite a slam dunk, but pretty close too.
Very close. Off the side of the backboard. And St. Clair doing a good job inside, now kicking out for the wide open 3. DLC back the other way. As he is stripped of the ball, Humber will have possession inbounding on the baseline.
St. Clair doing a good job staying out of the foul trouble, staying away, keeping Humber away from the foul line this quarter. Only 2 team fouls.
Three ball. Rebounded by Humber. DLC second chance. That time feeds it inside. And Devontae Campbell not able to grab it because he was fouled. Andrew, who's the favorite to win the World Cup this year? You seem to have your finger on the pulse of the big soccer tournament that's starting in the Qatar country.
Personally, I would say Argentina. Argentina's coming off a big Copa America win. Their first since 1993. Program's finally coming together. I think they know it's going to be Messi's last chance, too. I think they're going to be playing for him. But I wouldn't count out Brazil either.
Appreciate the rundown. I'm not quite as plugged into the soccer world as you are. I know Canada's in the mix for the World Cup. Excited for that and excited to see J.R. Harwood bringing it back to basketball. On the court here, he had a pretty nasty spill earlier in the game, as he doesn't hit his free throw. He's got one more here, and that would tie the game at 38. Not a whole lot of time left in this first half. Things have certainly kind of slowed down a bit here. We're seeing lots of missed free throws. Good feed inside.
Good steal.
And just having a hard time getting a handle on it. 3 Saints converge on the ball. Wide open chance. Missed layup. Boy, not the tight, fast basketball we saw earlier. Now we're just getting lots of missed shots.
Yeah, things have gotten pretty sloppy all of a sudden.
Ever since you talked about the World Cup, this whole game went down. No, I'm just kidding.
I talked about the World Cup. I mean, if you want me to rant about Italy again, just say so.
Yeah, maybe that'll turn things around for the Hawks. Humber with the lead once again, courtesy of that shot from Romeo Osas Joshua. We appreciate you being with us here on the Hawks Sports Network. Some great basketball games so far tonight between the Humber Hawks and St. Clair Saints. The women's game went in favor of the Hawks, and this one is up for grabs here as the fellas are on the court.
This one tight from the start.
Down low, DLC with the feed. Devontae Campbell, big slam.
Got close to one before, and now he finishes the job, I suppose.
Humber takes the lead right back. A minute and change left in half number 1, and once again the Saints are just really outplaying Humber down low. The rebounds, especially Humber's defensive rebounding, been lacking in a big way.
Jalen Harmon doing it from all ends. We saw he had the shooting stroke going earlier. Now he's got working it inside. 11 points already on the day. Big block there.
Nice. So after the dunk, Campbell comes back defensively, playing like a big man right now. 6'5". Campbell's really making a contribution. First-year player for Humber.
From the not too far away Oshawa, Ontario.
Shout out to Oshawa. And that time, some groans as we have 2 more shots coming up. Campbell has been very active in the past few plays, and that time he draws the foul, or picks up the foul, I should say. Under a minute to go, St. Clair looking to add to the lead. I just wonder if we're going to see another free throw made. It's just been ice cold with the free throws.
Are these free throw lines cursed? I'm wondering now.
There we go. The curse is broken. St. Clair up by 2. Which team is going to go into the halftime break with the momentum? As it stands right now, you'd have to kind of give that to St. Clair. The shot won't drop, and a strong rebound. And there's the star player, Shaq Price, who comes up empty 2 times on that drive. Humber back the other way. Very quick shot, and all kinds of Humber players down in that offensive rebound area.
Believe that's going to be on Harmon. Now both teams in the bonus here for the final just over 21 seconds here in the half. That one spills out.
And I'll say this, Andrew, even warming up, I was kind of caught my attention. Humber was doing like a free throw drill pre-game warming up, and not a lot of them were going in.
Oh, no.
And that's what we've seen here so far in the last sequences of play. It's just been, free throws have been a tough shot to make. And of course, at halftime, this might not be televised on HSN, but we have the Shoot for Cash OCAA contest where one lucky fan gets to take a layup, free throw, 3-pointer, and a half-court shot. And if they make all 4, I believe they get $1,000. But I guess making that free throw is harder than anticipated.
Yeah, maybe they need to sign Steve Nash to give him some pointers. He's jobless now. He's got time. Part of the famed 40, 50, 90 club in the NBA. 40% from
Break
three.
that down for us. 40%
From three, 50% from the field, 90% from the free throw line in the season.
90% from the free throw line. Boy, that is impressive.
If you ask my dad, not really. He thinks they should make all of them, but
Well, take your dad into the Hawks nest, get him to shoot 10 free throws, and see how many he gets.
well, his thing would be he doesn't play that often.
Yeah. Dads always have a good way of spinning a ridiculous argument.
Oh,
Don't they?
for sure. There's been some ridiculous sports conversations at the Milani household at dinner.
20 seconds left in the first half. St. Clair hoping to go into halftime with the lead. They already have it. Can they add to it here? Looking to maybe kill some clock. As Price draws the foul. Price has been unusually quiet. We've said it a couple times here tonight. He only has 3 points on the night. And for a guy who, let's not understate it, he's second in the OCAA in scoring in terms of points per game.
He's got a couple fouls as well, so he's got to be careful with that in the second half. Be careful to not get too aggressive. Just under 4 seconds to go in the half.
Long shot off the rim as Humber will go into halftime trailing by 3 points, almost tying it up there with that deep launch. Tell you what, more great basketball. We were treated to an absolute thriller in the women's matchup between these two teams with that 4 o'clock tip-off. This game also shaping up like it could be one of those very intense games with the last few minutes having us on the edge of our seats. It's been great so far. We hope you stay with us here on the Hawks Sports Network, as we'll be back after the halftime break to see how things shape up for the rest of this one. St. Clair versus the Humber Hawks on the Hawks Sports Network.
It's now time for the OCAA Shoot for Cash. Our OCAA Shoot for Cash participant is Brandon Clark. Brandon will have a chance for $1,000. Thanks for playing, and we'll have more OCAA Shoot for Cash tomorrow.
Second half, moments away. The Hawks in the beautiful gold jerseys taking the court here. St. Clair looks like they're ready to ball two. The Saints have a 3-point lead here. My broadcast partner is Andrew Milani. My name is Matt Hamill, and Andrew, St. Clair starting with the ball, and they finished pretty strong there in the end of the first half.
Yeah, it absolutely did. It looked like for a bit that Humber was going to kind of pull away in the late stages of the first quarter, early stages of the second, but St. Clair finding a way to claw their way back in, really using that paint to their advantage, especially on the offensive end. Humber's been fouling a little bit too much down there, really haven't found a great answer to defending down low.
Three ball is good, and we saw at the beginning of the game, it was just a 3-point bonanza, and right away, another three ball to start off this half.
Yeah, Josiah Dare, red hot.
Let's see if Humber can answer with a three of their own, and Romeo not able to get that one to drop. Right back the other way, and that opportunity from Terrence Williams. Doesn't really matter, his team gets the rebound. Lots of three balls being thrown up here in the first 60 seconds of the third quarter. Ball movement for Humber. If you like perimeter shooting, this game has lots of that. And Brown Fazekas drains it for the Hawks. Humber down by 4 now. Big defensive play there. Stepping up was Josiah Dare, but Humber does finish the play. 2 points for J.R. Harwood.
Back to a one-possession game.
Humbers are the defending national champions. And who did they beat in that national championship game? The St. Clair Saints. So the rematch here early in the 2022 season.
That whole run, absolutely incredible. Got to see a lot of both these teams last spring, and both of them put on a show for sure. And they're doing that here tonight. What do you know?
Yeah, I guess you could have guessed that. The easy money was that we'd have a good game tonight, and so far it's been just that. Great basketball and a good turnout too. You can really see the bottom of your screen. The stands here at the Hawks Nest pretty filled up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not quite as filled up as we expect to see later in the year when the Hawks take on the rival Sheridan Bruins.
I believe that's the last game of the season.
Yeah, they're kind of making us wait, the schedule makers, until that home game against Sheridan. Of course, Humber losing to Sheridan early in this season. And Andrew, for Humber, it's kind of gone the way of a loss and a win, a loss and a win. They lost their last game. Do they bounce back with a win here tonight? Right now they're trailing by a 1.
Well, I hope that trend continues for at least one more game. After that, it can end, though.
Yeah, let's just get some back-to-back wins after that. So we have a short break in play here due to the timeout. Andrew, this St. Clair team is co-head coached by Brandon Segan and Matthew Sykes. They're both in their 4th year with the program. Humber's leaning on a second-year head coach, Omar Miles. And for Humber, you talked about it a lot in that first half, Andrew, a much different look here this year. And maybe as this young team with some fresh faces starts to gel, we could see the Humber Hawks, break that trend of going tit for tat, a win and a loss, and really start to pile up some wins here.
Yeah, let's hope. And last year was really a dream first season for Omar Miles in his first year as head coach. He had been around as a assistant coach for a number of years with this team, and finally got his chance here as head coach. And everything went their way. Undefeated last season, won every game throughout the season, into the playoffs, into the Nationals. And then I guess this season you could say it's a little bit of a sophomore slump for Omar Miles, but looking to get his way out of it. And Humber playing well here tonight against, there could be their new rivals.
Humber has found themselves at the 10th ranked team in the province. They just keep dropping in those OCAA rankings.
Yeah, if they got to start winning sooner, or else they're going to be off there for sure. For good, I should say.
St. Clair, 2nd ranked team in the province, formerly the number 1 ranked team. So got to think Humber could catapult their way up the rankings with a win here and really just send a message that, hey, we might not have had the best start to the season, but we are the Humber Hawks, and we're here to take care of business.
And you mentioned before a lot of close games that they've been losing.
3-ball there from Chad Vincent Simon, CBS. Charge to the hoop there, rebounded by Jalen Harmon. Saints have the ball. Here we go, 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter. The Saints have hung on to the lead. This half started with a 3-point lead for St. Clair, and that's the way it's remained as we get a pretty intense scramble on the floor there. Jump ball is called.
I believe this will go Humber's way. It will.
Nathan Waite, his inbound pass picked off. Missed layup though, so Humber catching a bit of a break, but we will see a foul called there against Jalen Harmon, no doubt. A little too strong as both number 7s for these teams battling it out for that loose ball.
Yeah, a couple bad breaks there for the Humber Hawks, but come up a little bit lucky there getting the ball as Jalen Harmon gets called for the foul.
And right back the other way. And a strong play there, and one, and that's Chad Vincent Simon, who's found himself with a couple of points here this evening. Working hard.
Yeah, went up against a couple smaller defenders there through contact. And just to finish. Chad Vincent Simon's got the shoes to match the uniform there. A little bit of green and gold.
Humber down by 5, going a little bit quiet offensively. And 2 shots coming up.
Chance to turn this one back into a 1-possession game.
So another free throw opportunity for Romeo Oak Sauce Joshua. Missed free throw. That has been a big storyline in this game, really for both teams. Kind of cancels each other out. Free throws not coming easy here tonight on a snowy Saturday night in Toronto here at the Humber College North Campus. Beautiful move there, looking for some open space. And hand it off, so Kyle Brown-Fazekas over to J.R. Harwood. And just an out-of-control stretch pass gives the ball back to Humber. Right now on the court for the Saints, leading the way in scoring, we have 2 players with 11 points. And that would be Jalen Harmon and Josiah Dare.
And both of them in foul trouble too, picking up 3 each. And St. Clair just 1 foul away from putting Humber in the bonus, so it's been a little bit back and forth when it's come to the foul game, where this last quarter Humber was in foul trouble. Now St. Clair in foul trouble, barely, not even halfway through the quarter.
3 ball from DLC, and a nice acrobatic play just in the air using the hops, and a nice finish. Humber just down by 1 now.
Yeah, J.R. Harewood, first-year player out of Oakwood Secondary School. Did a good job there.
Last time St. Clair played, or they had that loss against Mohawk, double overtime, and the way this game's been going, Andrew, so tight, makes you wonder if this one might have a bit of overtime in it.
Uh-oh.
As that will give Humber the ball back. Too many steps.
The old traveling violation.
Good old-fashioned travel. Here come the Hawks halfway through the third quarter. Looking for a lead here. As that pass is out of reach. Brett Pierce did his best. The second-year player from Sault Ste. Marie just could not corral that errant pass. Bit of room here for the Saints to work with. 3 ball was a deep shot. Getting his own rebound. DLC makes his way to the hoop, and that is 2 for Dwayne Lambert-Cador. Humber now in the lead.
That's the DLC we saw at the Nationals last year that earned him all team honors, all tournament honors at that one. Going inside, facilitating, shooting the 3, those are his strengths.
Yeah, Dwayne Lambert-Cador, better known as DLC, is the leader in points per game for Humber, averaging 14. It's good. Darnell Petty with his first point of the game. And a missed free throw for Petty, who tries to follow up his own shot. Just good rebounding there. I mean, it's a solo effort. How many times are the Saints going to get another crack at it?
Where's the box out there? Come on.
My broadcast partner not happy with that.
I mean, 1, maybe 2. I mean, not great, but that was, 3-4 times. That's inexcusable.
So all tied up here, and it'll be Saints ball on the baseline. See Coach Omar Miles in the back of the play there, calling out some orders. And a little bit of sloppy play here returns.
Fouls starting to rack up here for either side. Now St. Clair in the bonus.
As that free throw from Miles Hall. No good. Still knotted up at 54 for both sides. Second shot for Hall is good. Stretch pass picked off. Boy, oh boy. Humber is all kinds of disorganized.
And not the way you'd like to see them play when you got them down one in a 1-point game. Play with a little, I understand that you want to play with a little bit of urgency, but I mean they're being pressed on their heels here, and St. Clair all over them. Not what you like to see.
And for Humber, they've been in this tight game with St. Clair, despite the fact that the Saints' star player shooting free throws right now, Shaq Price, has been off the board as another missed free throw there. So just 6 points for Price. This is a guy who averages 27 per game almost. And St. Clair does not like that call. But this is a much different style of play in this game right now than we've seen earlier. This was a high-flying, potent offense game, and right now this just is a grinding match right now with fouls and missed free throws and picked off passes.
Yeah, it's been the tale of two styles really clashing here this evening. I mean, you got to wonder how it's going to finish up here if we kind of go back to the high-flying style or if the defense stays locked down here towards the stretch.
But both teams are kind of in sync. When one team is hot, the other is making all their shots as well. When the other team is kind of playing a bit more sloppy, the other team seems to be matching that as well. So these teams are kind of kindred spirits no matter what style of play we find. DLC's free throw's good. Tied back up at 56.
Darnell Petty for St. Clair in serious foul trouble. 4 fouls. He's going to have to go sit on the bench.
Pierce slowing it down, hands it off to Lambert. Pardon me, Harwood, and that is good as the Hawks wrestle back the lead.
Each team going with a lot of their subs here at this point. Trying to keep those starters fresh for the stretch run here, minus DLC and Romeo Sauce Joshua. Out of bounds. What is going on here?
Is it a full moon out tonight or something? This game is ground to a halt. Something funny going on. You know what, Andrew? They turned off the popcorn machine here in the Hawks Nest. I think everything kind of went sideways after that. Beautiful play there by J.R. Harwood.
You're starting to make sense here, Matt.
DLC kind of caught a little shot to the face there, but no call, and the Saints finish off the play. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Dwayne is called for the travel. He got bumped a little bit there, kind of threw off his rhythm.
St. Clair there was all over that call from the start. Maybe kind of convincing the referee to blow the whistle there, I don't know.
Three ball, rebounded in tight, and a big block there from Harwood. And charging back the other way, the Hawks, and one. That is a big momentum swing there. Raheem Dennis finishing off the play for Humber.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth there. That's a big play there to kind of turn things around this ball game.
There's the block. Beautiful stuff from Harwood.
Then Brett Pierce advances the ball to Raheem Dennis. Gets it, plus the foul. How do you like that for a potential 5-point swing?
Can Dennis make it a 2-possession game?
Cannot.
St. Clair on the season shoots 77% from the free throw line. Humber shoots 70% of their free throws. That has not been the case here tonight. Nice move inside. Romeo Osas Joshua with a beautiful finish. 3-ball right back, and that's good. Okay, now things are heating up, Andrew. Shaq Price. And that's not the guy Humber wants to see heat up, because Price
No, absolutely
is
not.
an offensive weapon, but he has not really been that so far for St. Clair tonight. Only 6 points on the evening.
Yeah, they've done a good job containing him here this evening. They got to keep it up, though.
Humber maybe wanted a foul call there, or at least Raheem Dennis did as he was on the hardwood, but they do retain possession, do the Hawks. Inbounds play along the baseline for DLC. Whoa. And a 3-ball from Dennis from way downtown.
Yeah, he was kind of forced to make that one. Brett Pierce kind of gave him a little bit of a sloppy pass there, a little bit too hard, kind of backed him up a few feet.
Good defensive stand there. Dennis and Harwood right in the mix. Here's to DLC. Big block there and taken away by Shaq Price. Price pull-up shot, air ball. As Pierce hits the deck. Man, that's not a good play there. All right, Andrew, let's reset. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. 2-point lead for Humber and a chance to make it a bit more than that with Harwood's free throws coming up. There it is, Harwood making it a 3-point game.
Harwood really leading the way here for Humber. 15, 60, make that 17 points and counting.
.30 seconds left in the third quarter. Good rebounding here from St. Clair. I think you'd have to give the edge to St. Clair in rebounding this game. And that block from Harwood a bit too strong, as another foul there against Humber. Shots coming up.
Once again, that inside defense just not coming together today for the Hawks.
Nice finish there. Free throws have not been guaranteed tonight.
No, they have not.
There's 2 makes. St. Clair now trails. DLC passes it over. Deep shot for Humber at the end of the quarter. Won't drop. The score as we head into the fourth is in favor of the Humber Hawks, 65-63, a narrow 2-point lead. And Andrew, this game really feels like it's still right up for grabs.
Oh, that's because it is, Matt. Only 2 points. Hardly enough to separate these two teams. Really been rolling all evening long. I think it's just a matter of who's going to stay hot here down the stretch to see who's going to win this ball game. But it's been an exciting one all the way. Exciting day of basketball. Really cannot complain about the entertainment factor here today.
Well, for the Humber Hawks, they are sitting in the West Division standings in 6th place. They're right behind Conestoga, who's at 3-3, and Lambton is below Humber at 2-3. Now Lambton will be traveling into the Hawks' Nest tomorrow as Humber, a little bit of a back-to-back basketball weekend here. The Lions will come in. The tip-off for the men's game tomorrow, 3 o'clock right here on the Hawks Sports Network. The Lambton and Humber women's teams will tip off at 1 just prior to that men's game. Now, at the top of the West Division is one of the top teams in the country, Andrew, the Mohawk Mountaineers, 6-0 on the season. Now, let's look at the East Division. You got Durham sitting in first place at 5-1, George Brown right behind them. But certainly in the West, it's been Mohawk that's really kind of established themselves as the front runner so far in this young season.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at their point differential, too. They're plus 103 on only 6 games so far. So they're obviously doing a lot to blow out a lot of these opponents, just get significant leads over them. And that's a big stat that I look at to say really how you're doing, throughout the season. Still early, but you got to like that.
Now we talk about how strong Mohawk is. You can look at the CCAA national rankings. Mohawk right in there, number 5th ranked team in the country. But both Humber and St. Clair, they've lost to Mohawk this season, but they've been close contests. I mean, that loss for St. Clair to the Mountaineers, the team from Hamilton, double overtime. For Humber, it was just a few points in the Hawks home opener. 83-80 was the final there. Big game from Raheem Dennis in that loss to Mohawk. 17 points for Dennis and 12 rebounds. St. Clair with the rock to start the fourth quarter. And again, just the offensive rebounding for the Saints, a big factor. Now we're tied back up. Dwayne Lambert-Cador passes off. Harwood dishes it to Osas Joshua, who drains the 3. Sorry, that was Kyle Brown-Fazekas who drained that 3 ball for Humber. Answering right back are the Saints. 68s are what we're tied at here. Humber on offense. The St. Clair fans are making a lot of noise here.
St. Clair fans have been woken up. We heard them all throughout that women's game, throughout the first half, and really even like much of that third quarter. They've been pretty quiet, but I think they found their energy here once again in the Hawks' nest.
Yeah, it's getting into the later stages of this game, and the fans are getting on the edge of their seats as we are in a tight one, to say the least. And great work there to draw the foul. J.R. Harwood. No, pardon me. Once again, that looked like Kyle Brown-Fazekas, who was able to make the play for Humber, draw the foul.
It's only going to be Vincent Simon's first foul, though.
Brown-Fazekas with another 3 ball, and number 3 for Humber.
Man's red hot.
Yeah, he's looking good from beyond the arc. Working some nice plays on defense as well. And foul charged against the Saints. That was Jalen Harmon. Now give credit to St. Clair. Boy, they've done some fantastic offensive rebounding, but that time called for being maybe a bit too rambunctious.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple quick fouls there picked up. And Jalen Harmon now, that's his 4th foul. One more, he's out of this ball game, so he's got to watch out, play a little bit less aggressive, which we guys wonder how that's going to change their team effect here, how effective they're going to be on defense. He's going to have to play a little bit more conservatively.
Why not give it right back to Brown-Fazekas? But offensive rebound for Humber. And Hawks maintain possession here. They get the call here, and it'll be Humber on the baseline with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Still plenty of time to drop a play.
Nice spin move, and man, oh man, Kyle Brown-Fazekas is really active here for Humber. DLC with the 3 ball. Off the rim, no good.
Another offensive rebound by Dennis.
Yeah, the fresh shot clock too, but turned over, is streaming to the hoop, and there's the finish. And Humber will wait a call here.
It's a technical against Chad Vincent-Simon.
Maybe exchanging some words there. Yeah, the look back to the downed Humber defender. 1 point game, Humber just barely hanging on to the lead, and Brown Fazekas has been dynamite. He hands it off to Raheem Dennis, who drains the 3 ball. Dennis improves Humber's lead now. They're up by 4.
Banks it in for 3, and maybe not the way she drew it up, but it went in either way.
Well, just like the women's game we saw earlier this evening between these two teams, another nail-biter on our hands. As a bit of an out-of-control play, Raheem Dennis will do his best effort there, charging towards the hoop. Humber does maintain possession. Inbounded. Romeo, Osas, Joshua on the baseline. Ball's on the ground, wrestled away there. Very strong looking play from Josiah Deere. Humber taken away, 3-on-1 here. Wide open look, lots of time to work with. Make no mistake, Romeo, Osas, Joshua, and St. Clair calls a timeout. Humber now up by 7 here late in the game.
Top 3 most efficient shots in basketball. Free throw, layup, corner 3.
Wide open corner 3. Humber capitalizing there on the change of possession. Again, 3-on-1. And the officials are there talking as we get another replay here.
He had plenty of time to get that one off, and he makes no mistake. You cannot leave Romeo Sauce Joshua that wide open out there.
Shout out to our camera guy, Nature, who had the angle all the way.
The
on
Nature
that
cam.
beautiful 3 ball, the Nature cam. We appreciate you being with us on the Hawks Sports Network. I've said it a few times tonight, but I really mean it. Great to have you here, whether you're watching on the Humber Hawks YouTube or the website, humberhawks.ca. Of course, if you're enjoying this, then, hey, please stick around, because tomorrow afternoon, the early afternoon games between Humber and Lambton College.
That should be a good one. Humber and Lambton both enter today with the same record, 2-3. Both of them at OCAA tournament last year, trying to turn their fortunes around.
So just off camera right now as we watch Shaq Price work on his touch at the rim. The officials are right now talking to the coaching staff of St. Clair. So a bit of a discussion, ironing out some details. Looks like they're involving some members of the scorers table. I believe they're talking about the World Cup and who they think is going to win.
It's a big argument. I think Brendan Sagan is on Team Argentina like me.
No, he's a big fan of
Lionel Messi.
Thank you for filling in the blanks. I couldn't really name anybody on Team Argentina. I do know Messi, though. Fantastic football player.
Arguably the greatest of all time.
Three ball from Price, and the offensive struggle for Shaq Price continues, and a heads-up play there as St. Clair is going to maintain possession as Josiah Dare just kind of whips that off a Humber defender. We are at that 6-minute mark here, left in regulation. And Price helped up by 2 Humber players. A little bit of sportsmanship there. Osas Joshua picks up the foul. Let's see if Price can slash into Humber's 7-point lead. Missed free throws.
Yeah, it just has not been Shaq Price's day at the free throw line on the field today for the Saints. No, he came in expecting, looking at his numbers.
Brown Fazikis over to Raheem Dennis. Back to number 3 in gold, kicks it out to Harwood. And St. Clair shaking their heads as a foul is called there. And we'll have a couple shots coming up.
The foul is on number 4, designed by personal foul number 4, team foul number 3, team line number 7,
J.R. Harwood with 3 free throws coming up. And doesn't make good on number 1. Let's see if he can bounce back. This is the second one, so this is a big momentum play. A foul on the 3 ball.
The curse continues with these free throws.
It's been that kind of night. 0 for 3. Unbelievable. And it's not just the number 7's problem. This has been everyone here tonight, it seems.
Something about that charity stripe here tonight. Oh, come on.
Humber trying to work defensively. They give up that, so quite a swing there. Coming up empty on 3 free throws, and St. Clair on a second chance opportunity. Cuts the lead to just 4. This game is close. There's Osas Joshua's deep shot, no good. Humber trying to fight back, but the Saints steal it away.
Saints getting a lot of big breaks here. Just can't capitalize.
And sloppy play returns. This game has seen really the best of both worlds, or a little bit of both worlds, I should say,
sure,
between beautiful play and efficient basketball, but also just strange miscues and missed free throws. Shaq Price feeds it down low. Harmon kicks it out. That 3 is good, and we are now at a 1-point game as that 3 ball from Terrence Williams drops. He kind of turns around and looks at the Humber bench after 2.
It's a 1-point ball game. Humber needs a bucket here.
Yeah, well said, partners. That pass, nobody home, and St. Clair's bench and St. Clair's fans are loving this. They are fired up right now. They've clawed back. They were down by 7, now trailed by 1.
And you mentioned before how Humber had been blowing some pretty big leads earlier in the season. You hope that this is not one that continues that trend here. Pretty concerning last few minutes for the Hawks.
Such a big opportunity for Humber with this game to establish themselves, beat one of the nationally ranked teams. St. Clair, number 10 in the country, number 2 in the province. Foul called there.
And Raheem Dennis in some foul trouble too. One more, he's out. Arguing his case with the referee, but I don't think he's going to win that debate.
And Shaq Price, who has 7 points on the evening, make it 8. All tied up at 7-7.
And he's not the guy that you want to accidentally get hot at the line or wherever it is on the field. We know he could be dangerous.
Yeah, you said it, partner. And it looked like maybe there was a few windows of opportunity earlier in the game where, is Shaq Price going to get hot? And is that going to be trouble for Humber? Hasn't panned out so far. A sloppy inbounds pass. And more offensive rebounds for St. Clair. The foul drawn. And man, you got to think a lot of Humber Hawks fans just a bit frustrated with this sort of sloppy play time and time again that has reared its ugly head.
Yeah, just another comedy of errors there for the Humber Hawks. Raheem Dennis just jacking that ball into center court where absolutely no one on Humber was around. It was an easy pickoff play for St. Clair, and then they didn't get the box out going on a Julu. 24 turnovers in the game for the Humber Hawks. It's been a big problem here. A well-needed timeout there taken by Omar Miles. And Matt, I think you just got to settle the game here. Kind of get them settled down. Just makes the crisp, short passes, not these long balls out to these home run passes that they're trying to make, because it just hasn't been working.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah. Now the fourth quarter, Andrew, has been going the way of the St. Clair Saints. They are outscoring Humber 17-12, and that has been major as Humber was pretty strong in the third quarter. They outscored the St. Clair Saints 23-18. But let's run through some of the other stats here while we're in timeout. Humber's shooting 42% of their field goals. St. Clair, a pretty dicey 29% shooting their field goals. So that is certainly a storyline there. From the three-point line, St. Clair 25%. Humber doing much better. They're shooting just about 40%. Humber is shooting 40% on their threes and also their free throws, Andrew, which is mind-boggling. 8 of 20 for their free throws, and St. Clair not much better, 64%. I mean, it is significantly better, but still objectively not good.
No, definitely not good. Free throw numbers, generally you want above 70%.
Humber 24 turnovers to St. Clair's 14 as a three ball is good. Humber looking for Kyle Brown-Fazekas to keep doing that. Late in the game, we're all tied up at 80.
Boy, oh boy, do they ever need that three, and it's by the man himself. Brown-Fazekas has been red hot from behind that three-point line all game long.
Almost lost. Price doing a good job. The splits to keep possession. And surprise, surprise, more offensive rebound for St. Clair.
That defensive box out just not working for the Hawks today. Could be an opportunity here.
Andrew, looking at offensive rebounds, St. Clair is dominating in that respect. They have 41 offensive rebounds. Humber has 23. Nice shot there as Humber now up by 2. 2.5 minutes left. This is coming right down to the wire. Could have predicted that. Sailing through the air and the offensive foul with the charge.
And now both teams out of fouls to give. Any foul taken, we'll see send the other into the bonus.
Let's take a second look at some key plays in the recent going. Humber's up by 2, and in part due to that big three ball, that DLC pull-up field goal. It's good.
Yeah, he's one of your guys that need to be one of your best players here for Humber. He's coming up strong here in the second half.
How about that? A good individual effort. Big block by St. Clair. The three ball on the second chance doesn't fall.
Big swing opportunity here for St. Clair.
Chance to take the lead. Shaq Price's three. Off the mark, and a lot of bodies on the ground. And jump ball will go to the Saints. No, check that. Humber will come away with the ball. Andrew, 2 minutes to go here. Will we see overtime? It seems like a distinct possibility.
Can't count it out.
Dwayne Lambert-Cador with the touch off the glass. Can't get the points, however. Stolen right back, a nice clear lane, and make no mistake, that time Romeo Osas Joshua putting his team up by 4.
None of his buckets has come as easy as that one here tonight. And a perfect opportunity.
Good ball movement, fake shot. And Humber doing a good job defensively, but ultimately they will be charged with a foul. It looked like maybe they were doing enough to disrupt the play, but doing a little too much. Let's take a second look at the steal, and Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo?
And Raheem Dennis has just fouled out of this game. And you got to wonder how it's going to be tough for Humber to get those defensive rebounds now with one of their taller, lengthier players now unavailable.
So Dennis out, Nathan Waith is in for Humber. Number 11 scoots over in position. Humber fans making lots of noise here. Slicing the lead to 3, one possession game. And almost another missed free throw, but that one finds a way to fall down. Humber's up by 2. A minute and 15 left to go. On the ground, St. Clair comes away. Price slash into the hoop. And we have an injured Humber Hawk. We have 2 players on the turf, 1 for each team.
Both of them slowly getting back up to their feet, which is definitely good to see.
Yeah, you know, Brown Fazekas was kind of landed on there. And he will stay in the game, but it looks like he's a little banged up. One minute left in regulation. Stolen by Humber on that inbounds pass. DLC going to work. Squares up with the defender. Looking for a lane to the hoop. Finds an open man. Offensive foul.
That's DLC's 4th. You gotta wonder if this game does go to overtime. No Raheem Dennis. Got a couple key players here with 4 fouls.
Even for the Saints as well. A couple guys with 4 fouls. Jalen Harmon along with Josiah Dare. Here's Shaq Price. He's still in single digits this late in the game. Humber picks up the foul. And 2 shots coming up here, and this could potentially tie the game.
And Waith is out of the game too.
St. Clair have improved their free throw percentage to 66.7%.
2/3, okay.
So a little bit of procedural stuff here is Nathan Waith has fouled out. He checked in for Dennis after Dennis picked up his 5th foul. Lots of noise here with St. Clair shooting their free throw. It does not fall. So the best the Saints can hope for here is to be down 1. No good. Hawks really scrambling here. They got an open man down the court. DLC hands it over to Brown Fazekas. Oh boy.
Wow.
Crucial. 21 seconds left on the official game clock. Oh boy. Humber up by 2.
Now, if you're St. Clair, do you go for 2 or do you go for 3? That's the big question. If I'm them, I go for the win.
Time ticking away here. Price jacks up the shot. Doesn't fall. Can Humber get a rebound in their defensive end? Yes, they can. And with the foul, we'll have Humber heading to the other side of the court. Boy, this is stressful.
Absolutely. This should be free throws for the Hawks, too.
Let's see what happened here, Andrew. This is a big play.
I think just a few players getting tangled up underneath the hoop. .8 to go.
Huge shot. Now can Harwood add the insurance marker here and make it a 2-possession game with just over 12 seconds left? Yes, he can. And timeout called by the St. Clair Saints. Andrew, Humber's got to like the way they're sitting right now as we head into the final seconds of this game.
I mean, you got to like where they're sitting now. 4 points up with just under 13 seconds left to go. This game is just about over, you got to think. St. Clair's going to need a miracle to take this one. They need a quick 3. Then you're going to need a steal and another shot again. I don't know if you're St. Clair, I don't even know if you can afford to foul at this point.
Harwood is 17 points and 11 rebounds, and here's some of those big plays for number 7, Andrew.
Yeah, he's been a dynamite here all game long. Look at that, picking up that block from the inside, putting it back. He's been a monster from outside as well. There's another putback though. Another big block there. Romeo Sauce Joshua working outside. Been a big team effort here for the Humber Hawks. But mostly you got to look at Dwayne Lambert-Cador, J.R. Harewood, Osas Joshua for sure, Brown Fazekas helping lead Humber to this one. Romeo with the team high 21.
Right down to the wire at the Hawks Nest. OCAA basketball wouldn't have it any other way. St. Clair will get it inbounds. They need a quick 3-ball here. There it is, jacked up. Second chance. And just getting a little crazy there. And Humber looks like they will be able to seal the deal. The Hawks get to 500 with a win here. Humber defeating one of the top-ranked nationally teams here. Andrew, that is a big statement win for a Humber team that has stumbled a little bit out of the gate, but tomorrow taking on Lambton, and we'll see if the Hawks can string together 2 in a row.
Yeah, another team with some of their own struggles and chance for Humber to really take care of business at the Hawks Nest. We know it's so difficult for opponents to come in. Them going 2 for 2 with the sweep today. Let's see if they go for the weekend sweep tomorrow.
So things are trending in a positive direction for the Humber Hawks. A couple of losses this season to very tough teams. And here is some of those key plays as Osas Joshua, one of those big contributors for Humber. A couple of 3-balls. Final score here, 86-82. This has been a fun evening of basketball to call. Give credit to St. Clair's men's team and certainly their women's team as well. St. Clair has come in here, competed, but it was the Humber Hawks victorious on both counts. We appreciate you being with us on HSN. Stay tuned tomorrow for more basketball. The first game tips off
at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock, and the men's game is at 3. Thank you for being with us. For my broadcast partner, Andrew Milani, myself, Matt Hamble, and the whole squad here at the Hawk Sports Network broadcasting the game tonight. Hope you have a lovely Saturday night.